Shaolin shadows in the night, drip sauce on the screen, ancient scrolls of old flip clock schemes. Bruce Lee's purifying kicks cut the scene. Iron fist, curiosity, raw and mean. Old school grindhouse, kung fu and zen. 20-inch blades, flips kill within 10. Mark Rose, Assassin's Creed with black and white combat. No error in the past. Chills run spine when soundtracks clang. Blind swordsmen swing as enemies hang. Practice your moves. Split bricks in the dojo, Tiger stands playing mantis flowing like Machoco. Gold medallion swing while the villains clap. Masterful flips with moves they forgot. Fists of fury, streets call for wisdom. Popcorn crunch balls, free frame with rhythm. Training montage, sweat drips, more energy. Landscapes of battles, fake into memory. Bring Shadowbone, every strike epic. Real true alive with 7 swords and tested. Unlike on heroes, shadows in the fog. Martial arts poetry, written by the gods. The time is cracked, sparks flying on riddle. Unified in honor, another concealed. Yo, 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 yo,
Shogun stands, PCR haze on the tomb. Rewind the tape, kung fu flicks and full bloom. Drunk and master move, feeling tipsy like the blue. Fast fist fly, shadows dance through the room. Tiger style, crane beak, snake strike from the nether. Giants on the screen, blend scenes through the weather. Tempo monks playing for better days. Ashes on the altar, struggle through the days. Shaolin cinemas, legends in the night. Mighty fist clash, dragon spreads in spite. Warrior spirits, lanterns, soft light. Ancient truths told, kung fu flicks ignite. Chant flicks, blood mix, the old and the bold. Sifu's lessons, time and stories unfold. Iron fist, sorcery, chi splits in the mold. Echoes of the ancient mystic tales retold. Nunchuck spinning, heroes never fold. Shadow puppets dance, stories of the old. 15th chamber light, warrior hearts made of gold. Epic duels at dawn, destiny's control. Shaolin cinemas, legends in the night. Mighty fist clash, dragon spreads its might. Warrior spirit soul, lanterns soft light. Ancient truths told, kung fu flicks ignite.
Lights dim in the room, martial arts on the screen. Lost in the scene, masters move unseen. Chop, kick, block and sway, old school nights and days. Heroes fight their way, ancient forms display. Kung fu love we know, slow beats and shadows. Flow like rivers, no quiet heart unfolds. Training under the sun, wisdom old and young. Saga's just begun, silent battles won. Kung fu love we know, slow beats and shadows. Flow like rivers, no quiet art unfolds. Climbing under the sun, wisdom old and young. Saga's just begun, silent battles won. Kung fu love we know, slow beats and shadows. Flow like rivers, no quiet art unfolds. In a world apart, cinematic art. In the world,
VHS tapes, stack them high in the den. Shaolin monks throwing fists in the serpent bend. Old school flicks, every move is precise. Crane kick to your dome, that'll give you advice. 5 deadly villains, every fight is intense. On the ground like the hero with the iron defense. Popcorn in hand, I'ma chop like Shenzhen. Bruce Lee, pulse of dragon breath again. Vying deadly venoms, every fight is intense. On the ground like the hero with the iron defense. Popcorn in hand, I'ma chop like Shenzhen. Bruce Lee, pulse of dragon breath again. Flying fists, wild kicks, we in the zone. Classic kung fu, feel it down to the bone. From the screen to the streets, we channel the flow. Wu-Tang Clan taking notes from the show. Black and white battles with honor in place. Drunken masters stagger, but never lose pace. Gold belt dreams like the legend we chase. Hit pause and rewind, need a moment to brace. Saturday sessions, marathon the set. Iron fist power, no chance of regret. Ancient secret shadow box to perfect. In the dojo style, discipline we project. Grindhouse cinema, every scene's a gem. Martial arts magic turn voice to men. Samurai spirit, on the blades thin stem. Blockbusters in the culture, much respect to them. Flying fish, wild kicks, we in the zone. Classic kung fu, feel it down to the bone. From the screen to the streets, we channel the flow. Wu-Tang Clan taking notes from the show. Like this thing, 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 wire fists, wild kicks, we in the zone. Classic kung fu, feel it down to the bone. From the screen to the streets, we channel the flow. Wu-Tang Clan taking notes from the show. Black and white battles with honor in place. Drunken masters stagger, but never lose pace. Gold belt dreams like the legend we chase. Hit pause and rewind, need a moment to brace. Saturday sessions, marathon the set. Iron fist power, no chance of regret. Ancient secret shadow box to perfect. In the dojo style, discipline we project. Grindhouse cinema, every scene's a gem. Martial arts magic turn boys to men. Samurai spirit, on the blades thin stem. Blockbusters in the culture, much respect to them. Yo, 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 yo. Like this tapes, like this tapes, like this tapes, like this tapes. Shill! Silent flicks with a nice stick. Eyes fixed on the screen, dudes moving quick. Jump kicks, crime won't never miss. Every shadow watching in my own living no bliss. Bruce Lee marathons never go resist. Fists harder than bricks, no CGI tricks. Jackie Chan stunts, man, he take risks. Moving furniture from my room like I'm in the mix. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nice pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Wu-Tang samples on vinyl spins. Grip the mic like we move by, legend begins. Shaw Brothers make the stage in sight stands. Moving like a mantis leaves you with chip-chitting. Zooming close, transfixed by the vision. Crouching tiger, high as a pigeon. Jet Li fights the 5 physics precision. Shadowichi blind gets sees the incision. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nights pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Fell grace, but just like a Willie's voice. Fist the legend, we ain't got a choice. Mouse recall magic, the boys rejoice. Old rituals, new respected voice. The flying guillotine fights know the cease. Swordsman battery fights like delicate yeast. Choreographed combat, call it
How long? That's fucking spot right there. Black Prince, Bastard Sword. Step things up a level. And start. The Große Messiah. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? Totally impromptu stream, unplanned. Just felt like, I don't know, felt like streaming. You know, got some stuff on my mind, wouldn't mind sharing. You know, also some books to pimp. Get that camera straight. Oh man, hope you're all doing fine. I hope you're doing better than fine. I hope you're doing awesome. Hope you're doing incredible. Anybody that's hanging out in the chat, what's up? Gee, why am I streaming tonight? Why should I be online streaming and just talking shit? Well, just kind of felt like it, like I said. No great urgency other than feeling like streaming. And a couple things I wanted to talk about. Man, it's Wednesday. So went down to the LCS and picked up a couple of comics. Let's see what I got here. Got any of the cool shit, the fly shit. Actually, I didn't pick up that much. You know, normally I grab maybe like, you know, $4 or $5. It's not that much that they have there, to tell the truth. And they don't have the no Conan comics because Diamond. But I did get the new issue of Creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. Yeah. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this series. This is the last issue. It's issue 4 right here. And some cool variant covers. Of course, you know, they go overboard. Hold on, Shill. So let me focus you. Focus. This camera's ridiculous. It's like super duper deluxe, like 4K, and it doesn't like have autofocus. Yeah, there's one by Maria Wolf, who I'm not familiar with, but clearly has significant talent, and Mike Spicer, who is the colorist on one of my upcoming books, which is going to be Blood Moon Stomp. Blood Moon Stomp. That's the one that I'm doing with my boy Adam Lawson. Do I look slightly less blurry there? Okay. You know, not that this is like a pretty sight to look at or anything like that, but you know, I'm no Fabio, but I used to have long hair. I used to have the long hair. You know, halfway down my ass. You know, back my old 90s punk rock goth days, DAZE. Back when I was rocking the leather, the combat boots and everything. This is a really beautifully illustrated book, I have to say. I really, I could use more creature, you know, could use more of the Gill Man in it. Covers, of course, are beautiful. Really nice. Matthew Roberts, he does the art for a book that is called Manifest Destiny, which is really good. And he delivers in this as well. Really, really solid art. Sometimes reminds you a little bit of Steve Dillon, you know, in a good way. Problem is, where's the creature? Where's the Gill Man? It's like, I bought a creature from the Black Lagoon lives, right? Where's the creature? Where's the creature? Go all the way to the end, and you get, he's on the last page. My fellow comic book creators, don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. The other Six Gun Gorilla comic, the one that was published by Boom at the exact same month as my comic, I actually managed to get mine out 2 weeks sooner than theirs, and I think that's why Cy Spurrier like hates my guts. But hey, man, you know, it's just like, you know, like, who do we indie people think we are, right? Go thinking we can play with the big boys. But the first issue of that sold great, enough that there was a second printing, and then the sales afterwards plummeted. And I think it's because people were expecting a Western with a gorilla, which is what my comic is, and instead they got a science fiction story where the gorilla isn't even real, and he shows up, he's shown at the very last page of the book. Now, I'm sorry, if I buy a comic book, it's called Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, I want some creature by page 4, okay? Probably by page 3. It's still beautifully illustrated. It's well written. Beautiful covers. Look at that. Colors by Dave Stewart there, of course. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful comic book art. And I'm someone who could definitely appreciate beautiful comic book art because I work with people that make beautiful comic book art. People like Preston Acevedo. People like, here's some creature. I was going to say Maxi Diallo. There we get like a double-page spread of the creature just going berserker and fucking people up and crushing skulls. Doing what you want to see the creature from the Black Lagoon doing. And this is issue 2. And you're about halfway through the comic before you get this. And that is not cool. That is not cool. Oh, there's a shot. There's a shot of it, a long shot on the Gill Man and a close-up on his mouth. Like I said, the art in this is really good. It's an interpretation of the Gill Man that I think it's different than the classic movie design, which I contend is still maybe the greatest monster movie makeup or costume of all time. If you watch the original Creature from the Black Lagoon, the special effects in that still really hold up. I mean, the creature looks alive, is what I'm saying. That thing looked like it was living and breathing. That's not a bad cover right there. Basically, the story, the plot is about a woman who is hunting a serial killer who nearly drowned her. And so she is having these, she has PTSD, like really bad PTSD from the experience of being nearly drowned by a serial killer. And so she goes deep into the Amazon to find him. And then, of course, you've got our Gill Man, who we know she's going to run into. And the Gill Man is really sort of, I don't know, ancillary to the, is that the right word, to the plot. It's not like, this isn't about the creature from the Black Lagoon. And the original creature from the Black Lagoon, they go to the Black Lagoon looking for this fucking thing, right? And in the sequels, the Creature's Revenge of the Creature, which unfortunately isn't that good, and The Creature Walks Among Us, which I actually really do like, and think that that's a very worthwhile Universal Monsters sequel. They're about the fucking monster. They're about the Gill Man. And yeah, this is not so much. Still enjoyed it. It's still beautifully illustrated, compelling story. Not enough Gill Man. I did buy all 4 issues though, so they did keep me coming back. It's intriguing, but do I recommend it? Yeah. This is a recommend. It's a soft recommend. Like I said, I mean, it's just really well made. Skybound, Image Skybound, it's somehow they've got the Universal license. Universal's going with them instead of DC or Marvel, right? I think people know at this point not to go with fucking Disney Marvel. They're killing it. Next up after this one is a adaptation of Frankenstein. I don't know what it's going to be called. I don't know if it's going to be a sequel to the James Whale movies. I'm assuming it is. I wish I was writing it for sure, right? I don't know if it's going to pick up from Bride of Frankenstein or Son of Frankenstein or Ghost of Frankenstein or Frankenstein. We shall see. I'm very curious. I like this enough to the point where I could say I am excited to see what they do next. Robert Kirkman is just, I don't know, he and Skybound are just fucking killing it right now. Top tier talents. Was not so top tier. It's this piece of shit right here. And I bought this knowing it was a piece of shit. I even said to the guy at the store, I was just like, everybody says this is a piece of shit. And he was just like, yeah. I'm like, is it a piece of shit? He's just like, yeah, kinda. And I'm like, but I had to find out. I had to at least buy one issue to know that the new EC Comics is not for me. And it's probably not for you either. Do you love horror comics? Do you love comics? Yeah, this is not for you. This is not for you. First page splash, boom. We've got a new character, Crypt Keeper style character, called the Gravedigger, because they've come up with new characters instead of using the hosts, I always call them, the narrators, the introducers, instead of using the Crypt Keeper and the other characters from like Vault of Horror. This is that's pretty. That's a nice piece of art, nice little introduction. First story is about a wannabe screenwriter, and it is very good. About a guy who's just deeply narcissistic, obsessed with writing, thinks he's a genius, but doesn't write shit. He's the kind of guy that will complain about a Starbucks, while in a fucking Starbucks. This is why I don't go to fucking Starbucks. Right? And the crazy thing is I've known people like this. And so his roommate, who's just like a coder, was just like, hey man, just listening to you talk about screenwriting, I figured I'd give it a shot. Can you read it for me? And he's like, yeah. And he discovers that it's amazing. Right? He discovers that it's amazing, and it brings his whole world crashing down because it's a story that is very inspired by Amadeus. And this character is like Salieri, who is this middling composer that nobody remembers and whose work nobody remembers, who is just offended by the fact that this clown, this buffoon Mozart got this gift from God and then sets out to destroy it because it's an offense to him. It wounds his pride so deeply that he doesn't have that talent. That's a good story. It's okay. It's proper EC Comics. And then we get to Senator. And the art turns to shit. And the writing turns to shit. Bland, unremarkable art that is uninspired, passionless, and it's woke. It's woke as fuck. All right, so there's one woke story. All right. Like, wait a second, this is EC? Right? The comics that, like, offended and pissed people off in the 50s? Really? Okay. But then, of course, if you look very carefully, you'll see, of course, that this is really not EC Comics. It's EC Comics in name only, and it's published by Oni. So this is kind of like what Mark Waid and Alex DeCampi did to Heavy Metal. Really, it's woke garbage. It's woke garbage. This one's about toxic masculinity. And this one is about the jab. And how you should take the jab. And how you're a piece of shit if you don't take the jab and you deserve to die. So it's more woke shit. These motherfuckers, man. Bait and fucking switch, right? It's like EC Comics, horror comics. Yeah, come and get some epitaphs from the abyss, motherfuckers. And then you're reading it, and first story's aight. It's okay. And then the rest is this woke shit. And look at this art. This is shit. This is fucking absolute motherfucking garbage. And let's look at this right here. This is just like cut and paste shit. Look at that. I'm referring here to the Son of the Taxi. See that there? Cut and pasted, and moved a little bit, but same thing. Now, I don't mind if people use 3D assets for things that aren't organic. It's kind of like in computer animation. It looks best when it's animating things that aren't organic. That's always been the case with CGI, except some of the stuff that Wade is doing with the Planet of the Apes movies is just astounding. They're getting, their animated characters are looking more and more lifelike. In our next unrelenting issue, which I shan't be there for. Look at that. You got like a zombie-looking clown or some kind of a fiendish clown, and there's all these kids at this birthday party, and they're turning into monsters. Yeah, but it's gonna be like some woke shit, right? Like I don't know, like the little boys having a birthday party, and he's just like, I refuse to transition. I'm not like he's not taking his puberty blockers, is what I'm guessing. That's my guess of what the story for this is. He's just like, little Billy has refused to take his puberty blockers, and so he turns into a monster, and then that turns all the other little kids into monsters, and the message will be, take your puberty blockers, you little pieces of shit. You don't need to cut your ding dong off. We want you to do that too, of course, but just start with the puberty blockers and emasculate yourself. Boys, you need to turn into girls. Girls, you need to turn into boys, because if you don't, you'll turn into monsters. Watch, I'm tempted to get the next issue just to see if I'm right about that. Oh, Jesus, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy shit. So, anyway, tomorrow we are doing... What we're doing is... Yeah, whenever I try to load something, there's always fucks with my connection. I don't know what that is, but let's see. I think I got a trailer here. I really forgot like how completely insane this movie is. It's very, very strange. It's very strange. Is it good? Depends on your definition of good. If you're a sick freak like me and you love cult cinema, especially European horror, even at its trashiest, yeah, it's definitely worth a look. Just understand that it's a piece of shit, that it's trash, right? But that's the thing that's so great about Italian horror, is that that is to say, Italian horror from the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, I would say, to mid 80s. Even when they're shit, they're still kind of good, right? If you're like me and you got a shit tooth, right? Because the thing is, you watch enough of this trash and it starts to taste good. It starts to get good to you. Yeah. Let me just show the trailer for this real quick. Other shit loaded up. This is an unofficial sequel to Werner Herzog's 1979 version of Nosferatu. And this was made in 1988, so this is like 9 years later. It's a Italian ripoff sequel because the Italians would do shit like that, right? Like Dawn of the Dead was released as Zombie, so then another studio came out with Zombie 2, which here is just known as Zombie. And, which is an awesome movie, but that's, once again, it's like, what the crazy thing about the Italians at this period was that they would make movies that were like cheap ripoffs, but they were like still somehow awesome. Yeah, so they got Klaus Kinski back, right? And his character in this isn't even called Dracula or Nosferatu. I'm sorry, Dracula or Count Orlok, because the original Nosferatu, they had to change his name to Count Orlok for legal reasons. So they wouldn't get sued because Dracula was not yet in the public domain. And they ended up getting sued anyway by Bram Stoker's widow. And she won. She won the case. And the court order was that all copies of the film be burned, be consigned to the everlasting flames. And luckily that didn't happen. We would have been denied like one of the greatest horror movies ever. This is not one of the greatest horror movies ever, however. This is Nosferatu Venezia. Yeah. And this was shot in Venice, too. This is just one of those movies. I mean, it's sumptuous looking, right? The locations are just out of this world, and the cinematography is fantastic. Problem is, there's like no story.
Vampire.
Professor Catalano ist der führende Wissenschaftler
Auf
auf diesem Gebiet.
Was führt sie nach Venedig?
Vampire sind überall.
Willst du in den Schlund der Hölle stürzen für alle Ewigkeit?
So yeah, this is not exactly what I would call worthy sequel to the Herzog film. But it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. You'd think that, like, I mean, you'd watch this trailer, and yeah, you're seeing some of the trashier bits, like the gore. But you'd think that this might actually be a good movie.
Ilietta!
Yeah, then we had a little bit of shadow work. Oh yeah, and then Christopher Plummer is in this too. Christopher Plummer and Donald Pleasance. And Christopher Plummer acts his ass off, man. He is terrific. I don't know how he could do it, man, but he would. I've seen him in 2 Italian trash movies, right? One is Star Crash, which was like a Star Wars ripoff, which is awesome also. But this, it's ridiculous. And in that, he gives a speech as like the Emperor of the Universe. And he gives a speech, and it is delivered with all the conviction as if he were doing Shakespeare. Seriously, like one of like the better soliloquies, like in Hamlet or Merchant of Venice or something like that.
Du Satan!
Das war Nosferatu, oder?
Ja, hat unsere Beschwörungen gehört und wird wieder töten.
Was können wir tun?
Liebe. Nur Liebe kann ihn
What can
zerstören.
kill him? Love.
Hingabe einer
Only
Jungfrau.
love can kill him.
Im Augenblick der Vereinigung wird er sterben.
Augenblick.
1000 Jahre hat er sich nach dem Tod gesehnt.
Yeah, and then there are all these peculiar details in this movie. For instance, Nosferatu, as he's called in this, Dracula, has a tribe of gypsies that he's evidently vampirized or has under his control. And for the gypsies, they didn't go to central casting. They just got actual gypsies. Knows how to make an entrance. Oh shit, this is a European trailer, I think. You may see some nip here. Don't want to get in trouble.
Liebe zwingt das Böse in die Knie. Die Hingabe einer Jungfrau.
I have to say the women in this are pretty hot too. Yeah, so that's the movie we're doing tomorrow. And you can watch that for free on Tubi. You can actually find good copies of that on the YouTubes as well. So go check that out and join us tomorrow. But let me see if I can share my screen, show you my comic books, my funny books, because I got the funny books, and I'm selling the funny books. And let's see. Let me do this in a non-boomerish way, if I can do this in a non-boomerish way. So I'm not a boomer, damn it, I'm an Xer. So do not call me a boomer, goddammit. Got the campaign there. Got about, let's see, this is a kind of an add-on campaign. This is a extension of the campaign last year for Six Gun Guerrilla Volume 2 and issues 9 and 10. Because I couldn't do campaigns just for issue 9 and then issue 10 and then a trade paperback, because nobody would back them, because then everybody's telling me they're waiting for the trade paperback. But my friend Von Klaus, he made a really, really sweet trailer for me. Let me see if I can show that here. There we go. Sorry, boomering it. Yeah, that ain't working. Sorry about that. I think that's one of the reasons I also wanted to stream tonight, was to get ready for tomorrow's stream. I'm a little rusty when it comes to the streaming. A little bit rusty. But go to Fund My Comic if you want to back that. That's where you can get the cool shit. That's where you can get the fly shit. That's where you can get, let me show off some of the cool stuff that you can get here, because it is cool stuff. And I am getting new pages of art daily from my man, Preston Acevedo. He is killing it with the art on this. As you can see, look at that. Look at that. Is that a fucking cover? Is that a fucking cover? And speaking of covers, oh yeah, there is the John Dillard cover. You know, I hired Dillard to do a job, and he didn't just deliver, he over-delivered. Look at this. This is beautiful. So you can get volume 10 also with this. This is a campaign exclusive, this cover right here. So you're not going to be able to get this on the Indiegogo. You're not going to be able to get this on the Kickstarter campaign, any of that stuff. This is for this campaign only, because I figure if I'm going to launch a campaign on, relaunch it on another site, then I should offer some new stuff. There's an issue 10 cover by my man Simon Poitier, my Quebecois brother from another mother. Love that dude. And yeah, he also, let me scroll down here and you can see the figurine. In Biggin. There we go. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Oh, man, Simon printed that for me. Printed a bunch of these for me. So I got these and they are shipping immediately. So if you want one of these, go to Fund My Comic and get them, because you're not going to be able to get them on the Indiegogos, because fuck Indiegogo. We need to disinvest from Indiegogo. They never shadow banned me, but they shadow banned my friends. And that's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Especially when they're making money off you. Oh, yeah. And then here's the Matt Slay cover right here for issue 10. You can get that as well. And here are the first 8 pages of issue number 9. As you can see, Preston is killing it. Look at that. Dude can draw the fuck out of a gorilla. Yeah, so can't wait to have this in my hands. Can't wait to see this in my backers' hands. This is going to be the end of what? A 11, 12-year journey. It's been about 12 years, I think. It's been at least 10 years, I think, since the first issue came out. At least. I have to go and check. Time's weird like that, and then there's like 3 years of my life that are just a blur because a lot of shit happened. But yeah, go check that out. And so there's tiers here for everybody. You can get get both of the trade paperbacks for one low price. If you buy them both, I knock $5 off the price. If you are into floppies, you've been collecting the floppies, you can get 9 and 10 together. You can get them also by themselves. And there's a floppy pack. It's issues 1 through 10 for $85. And there's also a digital tier. I try to have something for everybody. You got to have the digital because, there's some people that amazingly don't want to pay $28 for shipping. And actually, while I'm at it, let me do a quick check of something else. Because if I'm going to talk about my shit, I should probably talk about somebody else's shit too. Because we are all about the indie comics community and being community minded and promoting each other's stuff. Especially when you see stuff that is really worthy but not getting the attention that it deserves. And one of those books is Border Mayhem All-Stars from the boys at 656. My Mexican brothers from 656. Ray, Ollie, and those cats. They're amazing. They're making some of the greatest indie comics right now, and they are the best kept secret in indie comics. Without a fucking doubt. They definitely deserve some more love than what they're getting. There's only 3 days left on this campaign. They're 20%, 21%, trying to get to 3,000. Folks, I'm telling you, let's get our heads together and let's get this across the finish line. They over-deliver on their campaigns. Their books are fantastic. They're top-tier quality. Content as well as, the packaging and the presentation, I should say. I don't have the Cryptidnals handy. The Cryptidnals, I think, it's definitely top 3 for me. And it might be number 1, actually, in terms of the comics I've gotten in our indie crowdfunding scene. Absolutely incredible stuff. They also did one called Undead Border, which is like basically a zombie apocalypse thing. But if you think you've read enough zombie comics, that's enough of the zombie comics, you do need to read that one. It is fantastic, really, really good. Check that out. Check out this die cut cover here. Look at that. Whoa! Isn't that amazing? Check it out. Whoa. That's fantastic. These dudes just kill it, man. They just kill it. Inside, some great art, some really good stories. What's great is how they kind of jump around from fictitious horrors to real life horror. And these guys are all about the genre, which they're defining, which is border horror. Here's a poem that Ray wrote about La Llorona, the crying woman, the weeping woman. And the artwork that goes with it is absolutely fantastic. It's wonderful, wonderful work. Some of these stories are devastating. Some of these movies, some of these stories are really emotional. I would say all of their stuff is emotional, which is something we don't have enough of in our scene, right? It's like, bring the passion, bring the emotion, hit me in my feels. And so this kind of jumps around from fantasy stories, fantasy horror, to like real life horror in Juarez, Mexico. Amazing. Great stuff. Let me go back to this. Border Mayhem All Stars. Let me check the chat. Oh, hey, what's up, Pops? Don't get on the bus. Don't eat the burritos in that fucking town either. You might find like a human finger or something. Well, what's up, James? Brian, my friend, saw the Borderlands movie. He said Eli Roth should be homeless. I am not a Eli Roth fan. I remember liking his first movie, which was Cabin Fever. It was all right. It was good. I haven't liked a single thing he's done since. I don't like him for the same reasons I would say that he has more originality than Tarantino, because Tarantino has never had an original idea in his life. He's somebody that basically takes other people's movies and chops them together and sews them together, and he's a collage artist, is what I'm saying. Eli Roth, though, just kind of sucks. I think just not a fan. They're making comics that are better than godlike. Yeah, well, I mean, that's setting the bar kind of low. To be perfectly honest, but yeah, no, I mean, I haven't read Godlike, so I can't comment on it in good faith, right? We all kind of pass judgment on things without, sight unseen in some cases, right? Like that new Crow movie looks like shit. I'm not going to see it, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say that it's a piece of shit. As for the people that have read Godlike, everybody seems to say that it's just talking heads, and that it's just too dialogue heavy, and that the dialogue isn't very good. So I think that I've never been a fan of John as a artist. That's a purely subjective thing. I'm not a 90s guy. I was always an 80s guy. So there are artists that I tend to like and artists I tend not to like all of us, right? I'm just keeping it real, because if somebody that I personally don't like creates something that's magnificent, I will still acknowledge that it's magnificent. Like Ray and Ollie, who can go straight to hell. Those bastards. No. I love those dudes. They're a fucking pisser too, man. I encourage people to have them on your streams, streaming people, because they are funny as shit. Watching their live streams, I think I've been brought to tears at least like 3 times, like laughing till I cried. Yeah, this is going to be a 32-page black and white one-shot comic full of all of these characters, 20 years, 2 decades of these cats in 656 making comics the indie way. And I'm telling you, they are the next big thing. These guys are going to blow up, and you want to say that you were there at the beginning. Well, I mean, they've been around for 20 years, so none of us have been around for the beginning, but you know what I'm saying. They absolutely just kill it with everything that they do. Oh, and they're making pogs, too. Let me get to the pogs. Yeah, these are all the characters that are in this from their various books over the years. They need a catch up tier for that. I don't know if they're not selling any of these, which they should be doing on this campaign. It's an all-out 656 all-star slugfest featuring characters from the Cryptidnals, Go-Go Zombie Soldier, Go-Go. It's gonna be tripping over my tongue. Go-Go Zombie Soldier Sterben. That's how you pronounce that. Sterben. It's German. Means death. Undead Border, Los Mixman, Dead Stop, The Third Party, and many more. Yeah, so yeah, you've got a lot of these characters I don't know. A lot of them I do recognize, like the Junk Man and Raydron and La Llorona. Of course, the Man Dog. We have been talking about doing a Six Gun Gorilla Man Dog crossover, which would be epic. Which we would, we talked about that, Ray Ollie and I. And so if we're going to do a Six Gun Gorilla Man Dog crossover, that would beg the question, whose world would this take place in? And immediately I'm just like, no, it's got to be the world of the Cryptidnals. It's got to be, right? Because the idea of taking my weird Western character and putting him in a horror comic is very, very, very appealing. Let's see what else they got here. Yeah, one of everything. They got bundles here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Here are the preview pages. As the bus driver. This is getting ripped apart by zombies. The zombies from Undead Border, methinks, who are created by ticks. And I'm telling you, when I read that comic, I was doing a lot of this. I was getting itchy. That comic was making me itchy. It was literally like making my skin crawl. Yeah, great stuff. Can't wait to revisit some of these great characters, and then, of course, to meet some new ones, too, or at least new to me. And there is art by Ollie, right? Who was mainly known for his colors, but check it out. Dude can draw. Dude can draw his ass off, as a matter of fact. And this is by Javier Gutierrez. Hope I pronounced that right. I believe that is pronounced Javier. Oh, yeah, and here's a Border Mayhem Pog set. Yeah. Motherfuckers, if you don't back this, I'm not gonna get those Pogs. I might not get any of this. They may not have a relaunch. Can't let that happen. Oh yeah, and here's the Border Mayhem All Stars sketch cover variants. Oh, sketch covers. There's one of Kid Cthulhu. Oh, that looks dope. That's Dario Rodriguez. Even. Fuck is wrong with me? Yeah, the 4K. You're going to get the guide to the 656 verse. Booklet, 56 pages. So that would be like a booklet. That would be a ash can. I'm guessing. Artwork pending. Oh, man. 6,000. Second set of 6 Pogs. Yeah, so, folks, if you can't back this book, I understand that money is tight for a lot of people right now. Trust me, I can relate. I get it. Last year, there were a bunch of campaigns I wanted to back that I couldn't because I was broke, which is why I am trying to also I'm not trying. I am backing a lot of shit. So let me.
656 Comics is celebrating its 20th anniversary with Border Mayhem All Stars. It's an all-out 656 All-Star Slugfest featuring characters from the Cryptidnals, Go-Go Zombie Soldier Sterben.
Go-Go Zombie Sterben. Anyway, go to here. Let me post the link in the site. You can go check this out. See if this is something that would be up your alley. I highly, 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 highly recommend everything they do. They've always delivered. They have never, ever failed to entertain and captivate.
Undead Border, many more. Join us as we launch this special 32-page one-shot comic book on July 18th, only on Indiegogo.
Yeah, so go check that out, people. It is well worth your time. What up, Sim? My twatter ain't working, which is why I didn't send out any links. I can't post the I mean, I don't know if you feel like hanging out, but let me remove that. Just kind of boomering it. Let's see. James Hurley says, what's the worst Marky Mark movie? I would say Fear and Planet of the... Oh, no, it's not even close. Planet of the Apes. That movie's an abortion. It's so bad. It's so bad. Tim Burton should be ashamed for making that piece of shit. And look, they could have gotten Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell would have been great in that. Schwarzenegger. Put Arnold in there, punching the shit out of some fucking gorillas and chimp men and shit like. Yeah, I mean, they could have gone in a smart science fiction direction, or they could have gone just in a science fiction adventure direction, and they kind of did neither. Tried to do both and ended up failing on both fronts. Made that shitty Jonah Hex movie. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse. I mean, what pissed me off was they made Jonah Hex steampunk. And then they did it in the DC Comics, too. And Jonah Hex is not steampunk. He's Weird West. God damn it. And, let's see. Ollie did a bang-up job. Yeah, he's just super, super talented. That's for sure. And what's up, Sam? What's going on? What's going on? For some reason, I can't log into my twatters. May have been hacked. May have been hacked. I hope not. But post a link right there. Anybody feels like hopping on, you are certainly welcome to. Like I said, I'm just hanging out. I'm just bullshitting. So, one of the projects that I'm working on right now with the great Preston Acevedo is Terry Tsurugi, the Street Fighter. This was a series of movies that was made in the early 70s, right? Bruce Lee had blown up. Kung Fu cinema had hit the United States. Marvel Comics was doing shit. Iron Fist, Master of Kung Fu, Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. And I love those comics, and I've always wanted to do something like them. And this is the perfect opportunity because the Street Fighter, it turns out, is a public domain character. Or I should say that the movies are public domain. And so we're going to be able to do... and I don't want to be known as the public domain guy. Please understand this. Please understand this. I have IPs out the ass that I'm ready to launch. But this is something that I really want to do. I've always wanted to do. Preston's the guy to do it because he loves things that are gnarly. He likes gnarly gore. He likes gnarly violence. If there's one word to describe what Preston loves to draw, it's gnarly shit. He brings the gnarly. Let me put it that way. And so when I'm writing for Preston, if it's something like Hell Knight, for instance, which we're going to take a look at, I make sure to give him lots of gnarly shit to draw. Lots and lots of gnarly shit. He's very easy to please that way, right? It's like a burger and fries for Preston. Just give him just gnarly shit to draw. As a matter of fact, let me also bring up that pre-campaign. The pre-launch. Anyways, let's take a look at this trailer. I'm going to run this trailer for the, this is for the recent box set, the Blu-ray set that came out, what is it, 3 years ago now? Which is amazing, which I highly recommend. Sonny Chiba, it was the fucking man. And the Japanese pulp exploitation movies from this era are awesome. They're amazing. They're really, really good. They did the Lone Wolf and Cub movies are amazing. These are amazing. The Zatoichi movies are amazing, although I wouldn't really call those trash or exploitation, although they were low budget. But yeah, so just check this out. I'm just going to run and get a refill. Eddie Tsurugi! There's the man. There's Chiba. Yeah, this is him. You'll see him basically getting out of like a pretty bleak situation, but never, ever, ever count Terry Tsurugi, the Street Fighter, out.
What's going on? Huh? We're taking off. I think we're in trouble.
It's like, goddamn, Sonny, how you getting out of this one? Yeah, he's cheeing up, is what he's doing there. Wait, what am I doing? I'm boomering it. Sorry. He's like a master of internal martial arts. That is to say, he's focusing his chi, and his chi will make him invincible. You can fucking drop him, put him in a car and drop him from like I don't know, a skyscraper. And he's going to survive that shit. And he's going to survive it and come and get your ass. James, don't want... Oh, that's the first Zatoichi movie? Yeah. I wasn't crazy about that personally. If you haven't seen any of the original ones, Zatoichi and the Festival of Fire is probably the best in the Zatoichi series. Let's go down and make sure he's dead. All right, so these motherfuckers just dropped him from a pretty substantial height, right? From a bridge, basically. Let's say it's that high, right? And the car is trashed. He's got to be dead, but they got to go and make sure. Do they know who they're fucking with? Banged up and bloody. I love how these 70s Yakuza dudes are dressed. And that's one of the things I want to make sure to do in the comic is to set it in the 70s. So it's going to take place in Japan, in Shinjuku, maybe also Tokyo in the early 1970s. And then the story is going to move to Hong Kong in the 1970s. And yeah, it's going to be a karate kung fu mashup. Now, one of the things I love about Chiba in these movies is how animalistic he is. He's not like this in all of his films. I mean, in all of his films, he will fuck you up. That's for goddamn sure, right? Sonny Chiba will make you his bitch. It's a done deal, right? But when he's playing this character, Tsurugi, he's very bestial, right? He's very animalistic. And even the way he fights, he's often kind of crouched down low and making these crazy fucking faces, man. And now here comes the infamous X-ray shot. Crush that motherfucker's skull. Now, I just love this because it's basically oh God, what's the term I'm looking for? It's like a negative exposure of a fist punching a foam rubber skull. That doesn't even really necessarily look exactly. It's not exactly anatomically correct. Let's look at this thing again. Yeah, you notice like the one eye socket in the orbital bone looks a little bent out of shape. But I just love that because Preston's going to be able to draw that shit in an amazing fashion. So when Tsurugi's going to be hitting people, you're going to be seeing like the internal damage. That's occurring. And I can't wait to write that stuff. And I can't wait to see him draw it too. It's going to be amazing. Oh. He just stomped on this motherfucker's pelvic bone. That's how ruthless Teru Tsurugi is. He will fuck your shit up.
Are you all right? I think so. This time, no. I really went too far. Jerry!
Yeah, and this is his helper. He always has a helper in every one of in every one of the Street Fighter movies, and they always end up dying. Their characters that are basically set up to be sacrificial lambs. You have characters like that in the James Bond movies, right? Like the friend that he makes, who then gets killed by the bad guy. So yeah, he's going to have a new sidekick in the comic, a character called Hiroji, who is of my own invention, and I think you're going to find him amusing because these kinds of characters are always best when they're amusing, when they're comic relief.
Boy, look at that bastard Mataguchi.
Yeah, you can watch those movies for free online. You can watch them at Tubi and find them easily on the YouTubes. But be careful, because since they're public domain, there are a lot of shitty copies out there. But there's also really sweet ones. So I would recommend just laying down the money for the fucking for the Blu-rays. But of course, that is me. Let's see. There it is. There it is. I got it now. Wait, why is it not sealed? On a second. All right. Actually, let me do this. Hope you all are having a good night. Hoping that everything is copacetic. I'm getting a cat tomorrow, it looks like. I haven't had a cat in 3 years since like my life imploded. So needless to say, I am looking forward to meeting my new feline friend tomorrow. Evidently, he's a kitty who belonged to somebody who is now hospitalized, or is in a hospice for dementia, which is what my mother had. Alzheimer's. And so it's the 8-year-old Tabby, evidently, great Tabby, going to be taking him in and assuring this guy and his loved ones that his kitty is going to be well cared for and spoiled, because I am an unemployed cat butler. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. This is the pre-sign up right here. This is a pre-campaign. You put your email address in there and click on keep me updated. And when you back this book, and trust me, you are going to want to back this book, you are going to get a painted original piece of art from Preston. And those are going to be a lot of work. And I think he's only got about 50 of them so far. And so we want to keep Preston on his toes. So if you want to fuck with him, sign up for the free campaign, for the pre-campaign right here, and you will get not a sketch card, but a paint card. That is to say, an original piece of art painted by my boy, Preston. You can see some of the interior art here. There's the demon Firkus. This was a lot of fun to write for Preston. Like I said, it's like when I'm writing for him, I'm just like, give him gnarly shit, give homeboy gnarly shit. So this is very much a character that is kind of a combination of Marvel monster heroes like Ghost Rider, Son of Satan. Then, of course, there's some Jack Kirby's Demon thrown in there, too. And then, of course, something new. Because doing straight up homage is something that's boring and not interesting for me. And, it's if you're going to do this sort of thing, do something new with it. And I like to think that we have. The artwork, of course, is going to be completely insane. As you can see. So go check this out. Go sign up for the pre-campaign. And I promise you, you are going to enjoy the hell out of this book. Not if, but when you back it. And you're going to get an original little, not a sketch card, because I love sketch cards. Sim does sketch cards all the time. And they're freaking dope. He just sent out a bunch. Oh, yeah. Sim, if you're still watching, man, can't wait to get my book. Can't wait to get my Tales from the Natverse 2. That's going to be a happy day. Very excited for you, my friend. Very excited. James Harley said, so we're going to get Arnold, but he was going to do Ridley Scott's canceled I Am Legend movie. Oh, I read the screenplay for that. They ended up using parts of that I Am Legend screenplay for the movie that he did with Peter Hyams, where he fights the devil, End of Days. I read this full screenplay for the Arnold I Am Legend, and it was shit. They weren't even vampires. Of course, they're not vampires in the last version of I Am Legend either. There's only one adaptation of I Am Legend that actually has vampires in it, and that's the very first one, which is Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. Then there's the Omega Man. I have always forgiven that for not having vampires because it's called the Omega Man and not I Am Legend. The Omega Man is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I think Arnold loved that movie too and wanted to do something that was like that. So it wasn't going to be a horror movie. It was going to be more like an action horror kind of a thing. But the vampires weren't vampires. They were called hemocytes. And Ben Cortman, who was in the book, John Neville's chubby, nebbishy Jewish neighbor and best friend, was like this giant with just rippling muscles. It was just, yeah. I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. You know, they may have sweetened up the screenplay and turned them back into vampires. I sincerely doubt it, though. I sincerely doubt it. Oh yeah, Sim starting send stuff out next week. Sweet, sweet. Oh, and he is closing the campaign on Sunday the 18th. We should probably take a look at that too. Now that I think of it, let me look for that real quick. That verse. Yeah. Here's the thing. This book is late, as my book is, but it's not years late, like some people's books are. And Sim has done what I always love to see people do when their books are late. You can throw in tchotchkes. Tchotchkes are cool. Don't have a problem with tchotchkes. Bookmarks, stickers, that shit's all cool. But if you really want to make me happy, what you do is you make me a fatter book. And so I think this one has just been growing exponentially, like the blob, right? It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because I think this was originally going to be like 70, 75 pages or something like that. And now it's bloated up to 120, right? Comic books are a place where weight gain is a good thing, right? More cool art, more cool stories, more cool characters. I did some editing on this book because, of course, want this to be as fucking dope as it possibly could be. And then, of course, there's the back cover by Nobody Beats the Biz. Nobody Beats the Biz. Simon Bisley. Oh, you can get the original art. Did somebody fucking grab that shit? Oh, the original. Oh, man. Oh. What? And Preston's painted sketch cover? That hasn't sold? What the fuck is wrong with people? There's original Bisley art here for $450 and nobody's fucking claimed that shit? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, and they're the ladies of the Natverse. We got some blue booty in there. Hey, I'm a Farscape guy. I don't mind a blue booty. Although I'm a little disappointed with Mr. Nat's swimwear. I thought it was cooler when he was rocking the banana hammock. Like MC Hammer and the Pumps and a Bump. The infamous Pumps and a Bump video. If you've never seen that, people look it up. It's a fucking pisser. And once again, Preston, you just have to say his name. It's fucking Preston. Killing it. Yeah, this is going to be... Oh, yeah. We got new stickers there. Oh, I think that's for the stretch goals, which it looks like Sim has not made yet. He is going to be closing this campaign on, let's see, what you say, boy? You said, let's see, where is it? Closing campaign. Oh, this Sunday. Shit, dude, we need to do like a monster stream or something like that. We need to do something too for the 656 boys. I think that's a real crime against indie comics that Border All-Stars hasn't funded yet. That's some bullshit, is what I'm saying. Oh man, look at this art. Fuck. Sim, of course, leveling up. Just like Preston's leveled up. I just love seeing this. Colors are fucking dope. Heavy Metal Magazine hasn't been the Heavy Metal Magazine in a long time. This is where Heavy Metal Magazine went. If you want your cool European style science fiction action adventure, mit boobies, and mit buttocks, mit blue buttocks, This is the place to get it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Here's a variant. Oh, yeah. The Alan Alonso limited edition variant cover. Look at that. God damn, that's cool. Wait, did I back that? I don't think I did. Fuck. Yeah, so don't sleep on this, people. Like I said, the books are shipping out. There's the blue buttocks. Here are the tiers. Wait, let me copy and paste this, put this in the chat so you can check it out. We have 2 left of the Allen cover? Shit. That's right. These are limited to 25. Oh, God damn it, man. Why didn't I get one of these? Look at that. Shit is dope. Shit is dope. And look, you're not going to get cool stuff from the mainstream. You're a Wednesday Warrior. You look at Marvel, DC, Oni, the other major independents, Dark Horse. You're not going to get the dope shit. You want the dope shit. You want the cool shit. You want the fly shit. You got to get it from us. You got to get it from us indie peeps. Once again, if you can't back, share these links, because when you do that, when you share our stuff on social media, it makes a huge difference. It really does, because and I always say this ad nauseum, the biggest obstacle that we indie creators face is just getting people to know that we exist, that we are out there. So you can share those links. Please do. Back and share the links. That would be the ultimate. But if you can't back, share those links, and you'll be doing us and indie comics in general a favor. So, Brian, they couldn't get Arnold for Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes because he was about to do all the Ridley. Oh, yeah, I already did that. Right. I already mentioned that. And that movie got shit canned. Yeah, it sure did. Sure did. And what I was saying before is I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Not that I was happy with the Will Smith movie. Not that there, Will Smith actually was like the least wrong thing in that entire movie. And I think it opens in a great way, and it is very compelling. And then you get to the vampires, and they're not vampires. And they're kind of like super zombies. And that's when, and they're CGI. So that's when I was like, peace, I'm out. It's crazy too, because the scene where they're introduced, where you first see them, and it's actors in camera, shit is creepy as fuck. And then they turn into CGI, and then they're not scary. They're not scary anymore, and that movie just loses, loses any sense of dread. And there are things I like in that movie. When I heard that Will Smith was cast, I was mad because I was thinking like, oh, great. Like, what are we going to get? Are we going to get Will Smith Independence Day? Where he's just playing Will Smith, or are we going to get like Will Smith, the proper actor? And we ended up getting Will Smith, the proper actor. Thank goodness. Not that he can save that piece of shit though. And it's terrible because that could have been a good movie, or even a great one. And yes, my brother Sim, visibility is the key. And and you're gonna start streaming again? Yeah, we gotta start doing he's got like 4 to 5 left of the Luwani heavy metal homage cover. Oh yeah, so get on this, people. Get down on it, bam, 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 get down on it. All right, I think I'm gonna go play some video games. Everybody, well, actually, the reason I'm on is because I'm just like filibustering. I'm just like sat down to write. And I don't know. I'm like at that stage where like I make as many excuses as I can until I get into the zone, and I get into the zone, and then it's like time to go to bed. I'm like, shit. I only had an hour or two in the zone, but got to put in the work. Otherwise, what's the point? So yeah, so go back that, people. And yeah, Sim, if you're going to start doing the Friday stream again. I'll definitely be there for that. I missed that. I missed, I think, the last one too. So shame on me. Anyway, people, hope to see you tomorrow at the Horror Movie Club. We're like I said, we're gonna be talking about the latest horror movie news. Oh, and there's a lot of shit we got to talk about. There's new footage from the new version of The Crow. Yeah, and also a bunch of horror movie news that we got to go over. Cool shit. Some video games coming out. Oh my god. Yeah, let me play that really, really quick. At that tomorrow. Wait, do I have that handy? No, I don't have that handy. All right. Well, I will have that shit handy tomorrow because there are Halloween and Evil Dead video games on the way, and they both look really, really cool. And yeah, we'll talk about that shit tomorrow. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for this complete bullshit stream. gotta stretch, gotta flex them streaming muscles, and avoid working on that damn Street Fighter script. But anyway, people, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great night, and until next time, peace, love, and metal.